Garrett, representing Chargers Talk 4630, and I'm here with my co-host, Garrett Elsasser. Before I get started, I want to remind you to press the like button, give a thumbs up, hit the notification button on the right, and please don't forget to subscribe. This way, you'll never miss a show or a podcast. And it doesn't matter if you're a Chargers fan or not. Everyone who listens to us is always welcome here. Garrett, how you doing?
Doing well, Stacey. Doing well.
How was your weekend?
Yeah, it was good. A lot of work. You know, the whole deployment thing's happening.
Okay.
I think I've done enough mock drafts to where I can recite you the top 100 players. So that's neat. But
right. Okay. A lot of studying, man. A lot of studying.
Exactly. Lots of studying.
So you had this whole week. How's the weather where you are, man?
So it's a little rainy. Been a little windy, a little cold, but it's not bad. It's not awful. I've definitely had a lot worse, so I can't complain. Okay. And being from Florida, hurricane season, nothing compares to that. So
yeah, I've been pretty busy myself, man. We're finally starting to get a little bit of weather that's like 80 degrees, and so everybody's starting to go and cook out and all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
and,
there it is. Yeah,
I had me some nice, smoked some nice cigars yesterday. Had some Le Chez Portier, that cognac by Shannon Sharp.
Oh, there you go. And how is that? Is that good?
It's pretty good, man. It's smooth. If you're a cognac drinker, you'll like it.
Yeah, I'll have to try that.
Anything important you want to discuss today before we get started?
Let's see. Around the league, man. I don't know if you saw that clip, but Tom Brady was on that podcast. I forgot the name of the podcast, but I think you got a clip of it. But Tom Brady said that if there was a team that encountered an emergency situation, that he'd be open to returning, which I thought was very interesting. And
well,
I'm
let's listen to it. Let's listen.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Let's say one day there's a situation, right? Maybe it's the 49ers, maybe, heading to the playoffs. Offense is great.
Patriots,
somebody,
Raiders,
look,
could be, you never know.
God forbid somebody goes down. Would you pick up that phone?
I'm not opposed to it. If they would, I don't know if they're going to let me if I become an owner in an NFL team, but I don't know if, I don't know. I'm always going to be in good shape, always be able to throw the ball. So to come in for a little bit, like MJ coming back, I don't know if they let me, but I wouldn't be opposed to it.
What do you think? You think it's something to that?
A lot of it sounds. Yeah, we just see it so often with Tom Brady, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, and then he went to the Bucs and won a Super Bowl. Real quick, that's the Deep Cuts podcast, just to give them the shout out. With that clip.
Okay.
I think that 1000%. If the shoe fits for him, if it's going to benefit him, he'll absolutely slide right into another team. And it's Tom Brady, so it's going to be seamless.
Yeah, me personally, I don't know. I mean, Tom ain't played in 2 years now. And what is he about?
Yeah.
About 40, 42, 43 or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, he's up there. He's up there.
You can't beat Father Time, man. So I don't know. I mean, he left the door open about the possibility I believe he's on the board, own a percentage of the Las Vegas Raiders, correct?
He is, yes.
I think so.
And he's 46 years old, by the way.
46.
So,
okay.
He's almost 50. I mean, that's tough.
Yeah, it is tough, man. And does that mean he would be part ownership with the Raiders and then go into another team and being a quarterback? I don't know.
Yeah, like conflict of interest. I mean, like he kind of alluded to, he said, I don't know if they would let me because he is part owner. He probably has contract stipulations.
Right.
And unless you can avoid a contract, I have no idea. Tom Brady does whatever he wants. So.
Right. Apparently. I heard the Jets. I didn't get a chance to see the uniforms, but while I was preparing this morning, I did get a notification that stated that the Jets were breaking out new uniforms. Did you happen to see them?
Yeah, they look good. As much as I don't, I got a few buddies that are Jets fans, and they're very excited, and I got to hype them up a little bit. They look nice. They look really nice.
Is it a darker green or a lighter green?
It's got the same kind of green that we did the logo a little bit. The green's a little bit darker, and they still kept the black helmets, which are a favorite of mine. The black helmet with the green lettering.
Okay.
So that looks really good. And the Jaguars they haven't released it. They just released a trailer saying that they're going back to they call it the crawling Jaguar logo.
I remember.
And so they're going to be going to their throwbacks.
Okay. All right.
So they got some uniform changes, and I think the Lions later this week are releasing some too. So it's that time of year. Here we go.
Yeah, I see. Well, we got the draft coming up next week, I believe it is, and
next Thursday.
Yeah, exciting time. I can't wait. But you got your mock draft ready for
I
us now,
did.
So
I did.
So how are we going to feel after your mock draft? I don't know.
I have my thoughts. I'll save it for the end of it because I don't want to, put the stuff on the front end and then do the draft and they're like, why'd you even say this? But I think that for those that want the Malik Neighbors or the Marvin Harrison Jr. or sticking at 5, that's the trend I went with.
Okay.
I think that those people that want the pick at 5 will be very happy with this outcome.
Great. Well, let's get into it. Well, let's start with the first pick then. Let's see what you got.
Sounds good. Sticking at 5.
Okay. So the Chargers are now on the clock. We're just waiting for the pick to come through, and I think it's come through now. In the first round with the 5th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select wide receiver from LSU, Malik Neighbors. Garrett, what you think?
This is it was him or Marvin Harrison Jr., whoever was there. Marvin Harrison Jr. unfortunately went to the Cardinals. I'm still happy with Malik Neighbors. I think that Marvin Harrison Jr. is a generational talent. I don't think you'll find anyone that will disagree with that. So while this is the 1B in the 1A, 1B conversation, I am very happy with this pick. He had 186 receptions, almost 3,000 receiving yards, 21 touchdowns. And he was a finalist for the Blitnikoff, which is the most coveted award for the wide receiver position. But his short area quickness, downfield threat, he does his thing. A lot of Chargers fans are going to like this. He creates separation, which is unheard of with our receivers. I mean, we did it with Keenan Allen, and I'm not trying to dog anyone who's been on our team and has left, but this is somebody who will change the game for Justin Herbert running out of the slot. So I think it's a great pick.
Garrett, he's an explosive route runner when I'm watching him on film. And he got the ability to run so fast and shift gears and do it so smoothly. I think he's underrated as a physical receiver because he's stronger than most people think.
Yeah.
He could play in the slot, he could play the outside, and that makes him a nightmare for defensive backs. Look, I know there's no human being on this earth that's perfect, but with all the buzz that's going around about Malik Neighbors, I studied his skill set as much as I could until my eyes was burning. But with every piece of film I saw no flaws. So I think this is a no-brainer and an excellent pick, man.
Absolutely. I think that he's just got that swag. He's going to bring that receiver locker room together. You got Josh Palmer, who's, he's outfitted his role, but he kind of was in the Mike Williams and Keenan Allen shadow. So if it does become Josh Palmer's team, Malik Neighbors is going to be right there next to him. And obviously we got Quentin Johnson as well.
I agree. If you're going to stay there with the 5th pick, and I think Marvin Harrison probably will be gone, Malik Neighbors is a no-brainer.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're waiting on the Chargers to select the next pick, and I think it's in now.
All righty.
And round 2 with the 37th pick in the NFL 2024 draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Max Melton, cornerback from Rutgers. Tell me how you came up with that, Garrett.
So I was looking at it. We had the receivers, and I was like, I know we need a corner. I know we do. I was watching his film. I dabbled a little bit, and I saw he's 5'11", 187, 4.39 40, very impressive. The one thing that stuck out to me was every year at Rutgers, he got better. He had a 92.3 QBR when targeted, went to an 84.8, and then a 65.7 his last year. He had 3 pass breakups and 3 picks in 2023. He's got great vision. He can read the QB. He's very physical in the run game, which is something that we need. If we want to improve this run defense we talked about last episode, I think that you need somebody who can play well, drop him back in coverage, but then can also play the line of scrimmage and get those tackles. He's great in zone coverage, which is what Jesse Minter likes to run, and he's great in press as well. So he's very aggressive, which also can lead to a little bit of downfall when the double moves happen and things like that. But this is all coachable stuff. So, no one's, like you said, no one's perfect coming out of college, but I think Max Melton's about as close to it as you can get in a cornerback.
I looked at some film on him as well, and first, he's from my hometown, New Jersey, so there you go,
hometown hero,
right? I don't know if he would be taken this high, but he played a lot of football in his 4 years with Rutgers, and from his freshman year in 2020 until his last season, his production just got better and better.
Yep.
I know he got a high motor. He made dynamic plays. He's excellent at creating turnovers. Now, there is a few things about him that concern me just a little. I've seen some film that, sometimes he's overly aggressive at times, which causes him to be a little sloppy with his technique. He tends to bite on double moves and get caught watching the quarterback too long. And that could lead to like missed opportunities to make plays. But as I always say, coaches get paid a lot of money to sharpen these guys' skills and get them ready for the NFL to play at a high level. So with that being said, I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that the Jim Harbaugh regime and Jesse Minter, it's going to be a solid staff that's going to encompass these players and teach them and help them grow as professionals.
I believe that.
Yeah.
So the Chargers have selected their third pick in round 3, and I hope I say this name correctly. The Los Angeles Chargers have selected Mike Sangrestill, cornerback from Michigan, another Harbaugh guy.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I had to resist getting the Harbaugh guys early. And I was like, you know what? I have to. So I went back-to-back corners just because I feel like if we were going to build up this Jesse Minter defense, we already have the edge guys, right? So Jesse Minter got his guys there. And if we get 2 of these solid corners, one already knowing the scheme that can play in the slot, and I know we have Asante Samuel Jr., but I just couldn't not pick him here because it's just going to lock down our secondary. You already got Derwin and Alohi back there. Right. And then you have Sanderstill, you got Max Melton, and you have ASJ. Like, that's a nasty secondary, which will do wonders. And if our pass rush is getting there, oh, man. It's like if you're CB1, CB2, CB3, you're getting a Pro Bowl year. That's right. He's also a former wide receiver. So I like these positions when they hop to the other side on the defensive side. They can kind of get in the head of a receiver.
Yes.
Right. So, yeah, you know what they're thinking. He's a ball hawk. He's great. And obviously in the slot, he's scrappy. He plays outside his frame. And it just the one thing that got me was he's 5'9", 182. So he does have that smaller frame. He plays outside of it. He's very aggressive and plays physical. But there's only certain things you can do. Bigger receivers kind of take advantage of him from time to time. So
this is true. I was kind of shocked a little bit with this pick because I didn't anticipate 2 corners to get drafted in a row. You know, and I did say his name correctly, right?
Yes, you got it.
Okay, great. Yeah. So I enjoy watching film on this guy, and I wasn't aware that he played wide receiver in high school and then transitioned to a cornerback with Michigan. But he played very little in his freshman year. But when his opportunity came in his sophomore year, I think he quickly established himself as a very productive player. I mean, he's another one that just got better and better each year under Coach Harbaugh. He got quick, twitchy movements, good footwork. He maintains good coverage in man situations, and he's strong in run support too. And he's willing to step up and contribute in tackling and showing physicality beyond his size. That's what I saw when I saw him on film. So although shocked that 2 cornerbacks came off in a row, I have to say I do like the pick. It worked fine with what Minter wants to do with this defense.
Yeah, I just think that would complete a lot. And then outside of that, I mean, there's still holes on the DT side, which I will address later in this draft, but there's linebacker situation. But I think in terms of the secondary, which in a passing league, you need some good corners and good safeties. So I think that would fill that out and at least make a strength even stronger for us.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. So we're waiting for the next pick, and it is in round 4. With pick number 105, the Los Angeles Chargers select Jordan Jefferson, defensive tackle from LSU. Let's hear it, Garrett.
I'm really excited about him. 6'3", 313. He runs a 5.08 40, which, okay, at 313 pounds, that's wild. Imagine seeing that running at you. But he was mainly at West Virginia, transferred in his 5th year to LSU, playing with a contender like that. He played all 12 games, 16 tackles, 17 assisted, 13 run stops. And he had 6 pressures as a pass rusher, too. So he can get through. That pass rushing thing still needs a little bit of work, but he reminds me physically of Matabuke from the Ravens, who also was, Ortiz was on staff when they drafted him. He's a former wrestler, and he's a freakishly strong athlete, 695-pound squat, 395-pound power clean. If you command double teams and you can bull rush, that's a wrap for me. Like, I've seen enough.
Right. I have to say I was impressed with this guy falling here at this pick. I think it's tremendous value getting a guy here in the 4th round. The Chargers D-line struggled so much last couple of years as they was easily bullied and pushed around. But I'll say help is on the way with this guy. He's a big body that could play tackle inside or outside. And like you said, he was a wrestler at his high school, and it shows up on film as he rarely goes down to the ground. He's great at playing in the phone booth, showing good hands, fighting off blockers, and plays with a high motor. He got a thick lower body. He uses his leverage very well to win at the point of attack. Getting Jordan in the 4th round is as good as a value pick you can get in this spot. I really do like this pick.
Yeah, I went wide receiver, then I went defense. So I was just like, you know what? We'll just keep adding it. And I think that he is going to be a day 1 starter, at least on the first 2 downs. If he can improve his pass rush, then he's going to be a fan favorite, I'm sure.
Right. So the Chargers have 2 picks in the 4th round, and we're waiting for the pick to come in with their second. And I believe that they're walking to the podium, and it's in now. In round 4, with pick 110, the Los Angeles Chargers select Brendan Rice, wide receiver from USC. Talk to me, Garrett.
I mean, son and Jerry Rice. Enough said, right? Next pick. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I mean, he's 6'2", 208, and a 4.5 40. And I know that 40 times have been a big thing with Charger fans, but he is faster than a 4.5 40. And the man is a high-effort blocker. This is something that we've needed for a very long time throughout our receiving room. And I think that Brendan Rice, so Malik Neighbors, scrappy, a little bit smaller frame. Brendan Rice will be there, and he'll step up immediately, and he'll help out with that run game that Greg Roman wants to run. I mean, obviously, I already mentioned the 4.5 40, but he was also in the 100 meter on his track team. He ran a 10.78 in the 100, which is insanely fast. So it's like, maybe his quick short area speed is not that, but his long speed, his ability to break plays open, that's going to be there. And he's got great body control. His toe taps, USC fan, I love the Trojans. His yards after the catch, all that, it's all there for him. And I think that this later round pick for a wide receiver is going to be money for us.
Well, let me say, I'm very impressed with your breakdown with these picks. In particular, this one here, Brendan Rice. And the reason why I say that, I'm listening to you break down what you saw on film, and a lot of what you're saying is exactly the same thing that I saw on film. So I really like this pick here. That's right. I really like this pick here. But the biggest thing, you want to know why? He's the son of the great Jerry Rice. How can he not be good? His father was the GOAT. He has good size at 6'2", 208 pounds. He has decent speed. He looks much faster on film than his 4.5 he ran at the combine. He's really a good route runner. And he's an underrated special teams player. He's very good with kickoff and punt returns. The receiver room for the Chargers just got a whole lot better. I like this pick here.
Yeah, I think they, a little bit of polishing. He'll be the X receiver for a lot of years. Him and Herbert are going to get to know each other very well.
Yes, I agree with that. So we're waiting, and it is in. In round 5, we pick 140. The Los Angeles Chargers select Jalen Wright, running back, Tennessee. Garrett, I like this. I'm going to tell you why, but I'm going to let you take it first.
Okay. I'll let you finish, but Jalen Wright was the best running back in the draft. No. So I think he's
going to be surprised.
This was a Gus Edwards complimentary game plan for me. I said, okay, we got the ground and pound with Gus. He's a bigger frame, great catching out of the backfield. What can we do to add some speed to the backfield? We go get Jalen Wright, 4'3", 40, 5'10", 210 pounds, which is freakish. For that size and in a 4'3", he also had 22 catches out of the backfield in Tennessee last year. So it shows that he can also catch. So it's not like, Jalen Wright's in the game, they're going to throw it to him, let's just guard that. He can run, he can catch, so can Gus. I think this is a perfect complementary back. He loves his contact. He plays low to the ground. He always falls forward. He had a recorded speed at practice last year, 23.6 miles per hour. I mean, that's like Devon A-Chain. That's who I see as A-Chan a little bit.
Yes.
And his yak ability, it's all there. Like, I think he's a home run hit, especially this late.
Yes. Garrett, I think you've been stealing my notes. I really do. I'm telling you, I think because I'm saying I saw the exact same thing, and that's just crazy to hear you. We didn't talk and compare notes.
Nope.
Before we came on this podcast.
No.
And it's crazy that we saw some of the same things. So I'm gonna say this. First, this is out of all your selections, my most favorite pick out of all your selections.
we on the same page.
Yes, and I'm gonna say this as well. If he falls to the 5th round in this draft, a lot of GMs gonna lose their job. I'm gonna tell you, I'm telling you, man, I'm really, really excited about this pick. This is a home run out of any ballpark in the major leagues. Last season, the Chargers were 30th in rushing, but worry no more. He's a violent runner. Jalen runs with his pass low, and like you said, he's always falling forward, picking up positive yards. He's a receiving threat out the backfield. He's just a natural playmaker. And if he get past the second level of the defense, I can promise you, defensive backs will start making business decisions because he's a load once he gets going. He puts me in the mind of a faster Frank Gore. I personally think he's the best pure running back in this draft. I enjoy watching him on tape, and I'm glad he's a Charger.
You sold that, man. I'm hyped now. I'm ready to go. If we don't get him, I'm going to be mad now.
Oh, listen, man. I was extremely impressed. When I seen this guy, I'm like, oh, my God. To me, he's the best back in this draft, bar none. I like Jonathan Brooks, but when I saw him, forget about it. Forget about it.
Benson out of Florida State was, I think they rank some of these running backs. They have Benson out of Florida State, Brooks out of Texas, and those guys are going and they're going higher. But so that's letting him slide. And I reaped the benefits on that one because I saw him there and I was like, I wasted 0.2 seconds when I saw his name up there. I said, yep, okay. Didn't even look at anything else.
Well, you know, listen, if we fall to the fifth round, that's why I said some general managers going to lose their job if he falls to the fifth round. I mean, this guy's exciting. When you look at the film, I mean, he's fast, he's big, he's strong, he run between the tackles, and when he get daylight, he's gone.
And I got one thing to add to this. We all want to protect our golden boy, right? Justin Herbert. His pass pro is flawless. He is so good in pass protection. He's not afraid of contact. And same with Gus. These two will just feed off of each other. Thunder and lightning. I know it's like the biggest cliche ever, but that's what I'm going to call them, and I'm sticking to it.
That's right. So we're waiting for the next pick to come in. I believe that it is in. This is round 6. With pick number 181 in the 6th round, the Los Angeles Chargers select center Drake Nugent, Michigan. 6th round.
So he was there, and so you know what? That's what's the beautiful thing about these mocks is that I can live in this fantasy land where centers drop to pick 181, and I don't want to spend too much time on this because if you're an avid listener and you're a repeat customer, you know that my man Stacy here drafted Drake Nugent, and so we spent a lot of time talking about him last episode. One thing, he is the son of Terry Nugent, who played for the Colton Browns. So I did not know that, which I think is really cool. But again, the shorter stature, not really a thing that I want in a center, but there are people that have done more with less, and that doesn't really concern me that much. And he's just compact, he's strong, and I think he's going to hold down that point of attack.
Yeah, I think especially with the 6th pick, I think it's an excellent pick right here. There's great value at this spot. I mean, he a little undersized at 298 pounds, considering he have to deal with the likes of Chris Jones twice a year. Yeah. I mean, but the good thing is he don't have to start right away as the Chargers acquire center Bradley Bozeman from Carolina this offseason. So he can sit and learn behind a veteran and let Ben Herbert and the staff beef him up and put on a few pounds that he learns the position and start his transition into the National Football League. Waiting for the Chargers to select the next pick. Round 7, pick number 225. The Los Angeles Chargers select linebacker from UConn, Jackson Mitchell. Garrett, talk to me.
Yeah, 6'1", 230, 4'6", 40. Linebacker build. He's your textbook linebacker. Good blitzer, quick enough to play sideline to sideline. He's decent in coverage. Had a little bit of off year when he was targeted last year, but I think he can fix those issues up. He'd be great on special teams. He's a fantastic tackler. He takes great angles. And I think that's where he gets his start. He will come in, he'll be a special teamer and work his way up in that linebacker chart.
He does. He shows a lot of toughness and he uses his hands well in the inside lanes. I like how he fights through blocks. I think he adds value as an inside blitzer, and he's able to cover tight ends and some running backs I saw. I could see some talent here from sideline to sideline. He has decent closing speed. But I think he's a little on the small side, and despite his effort and intensity, he gets swallowed up a little too often when engaging, and as a pass rusher, he lacked the strength to win off the edge. He has some talent, and I could see him being coached up and carve a role on special teams. And when I heard you say that, I'm like, damn, this guy hacked my email and he's looking at my notes.
Yo, I'm in the military. I just have my boys at the NSA. Just I was like, what's he writing down? He's saying that? Okay, I got it.
Right. I saw some good in him. I could see him starting out as a special teams player. Because as you know, if you're not good enough to be in the start rotation, you better be able to play special teams because that may be your only way on the roster. And I see that with him.
I also had to make a decision when I was doing these drafts. Obviously, I didn't trade back. I didn't gain any picks. And I'll elaborate more on this after this last pick. But there's not a lot of great linebackers from what I was watching. You got about 3 or 4 linebackers that I would take in those first 4 rounds and be happy with it. And then after that, the drop-off is so steep that you know you're just getting a project. And that's part of it. And we said this last episode. At this point, you're drafting talent, right? You're drafting, those traits. You're drafting traits, not like the day one starter material.
Right.
So I think that with this, if you get him on special teams, he builds up his confidence and he gets coached up. Then if he turns into something great, and if not, it's a 6th round pick.
Right. I mean, I kind of see it the same way. I wouldn't go as far as saying that there's not a lot of good linebackers in the draft, but I agree on one thing. There may be 2 that I saw that's worthy to go in the first round.
Like yours.
yes. But the rest of the guys, you can get them like 3rd round, 4th round.
Edgerrin Cooper was impressive, man. Like obviously you're not getting him in the 5th. So
right. And I know people looked at that as a little reach, but at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is we don't have linebackers. And we need linebackers. So, there was only 2 that I would take in the first round. And that's the reason why I took them. So we'll see what happens. But we're going to look at the final pick, number 253. The Los Angeles Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers select Frank Crum, offensive tackle, Wyoming. Finally, an offensive Go take it.
I was doing this draft, and I'm just like, man, I let a lineman slide so far, and I was like, she's gonna kill me.
Yes. When I saw that, I was like, wow. All the stuff we talk about, the nastiness, the toughness, and the physicality. We take off this allowance to 7. But go ahead. Let me hear what you got to say about this.
So, 6'8", 313, 4'9", 440. So he's faster than that D tackle. Obviously, he plays outside. Got to be a little bit quicker. But he's relatively healthy. He played 53 games in 5 seasons. He can play swing tackle. He's done it before. And he's very effective in short yardage situations. You know what we have a lot of in the game of football? Short yardage situations. You know who's our offensive coordinator? Greg Roman.
Yeah.
You know what we're going to need to do? Move the trenches. So I think this is not only a Harbaugh. It's not a Harbaugh guy. It's a Roman guy. That's who it's going to be. He's a run game savant. That's what he's great against stunt and twist protection, and he's got long arms. So I think that while some players are quote unquote project players, I think this Frank Crum is going to be a player that can come into the locker room and be a legit threat to take over that right tackle position. And if there is an injury to Trey Pipkins, at least you have some insurance.
Wow, that's major confidence right there.
I like him.
Okay, I think Frank Crum, he do have the size that teams are looking for, and that alone is probably good enough to at least get him a look as a swing tackle. He has long arms, and that should help him survive as a pass protector on the edge. I think he shows power and nastiness in the run game, and he does a nice job at the second level, moving upfield and showing balance to land blocks in space. Not as good as a pass protector, and maybe could have went higher, but he didn't have a good performance at the combine. Even though he had a strong 40 time, I just think he kind of just didn't have the best combine at all, but he did impress people with that 40 time. With his physical attributes and his long arms and a willingness to learn and be coached hard, I think he'll eventually find a role, as you just can't have enough swing tackles on your team in this league. I like him, but like you said, he's the 2nd pick in the 7th round, and most of the time these guys are projects, and if you happen to luck up and get something good out of this guy with a 7, hey, look, Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, Brock Purdy.
So you never know. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. And you never know. So maybe he could become a franchise tackle that we just happen to fall upon in the 7th round. That'd be great. I like his size. I think that we don't have to start him, which is great, and we have that luxury. And hopefully he can learn enough at pass protection, but at least his strength in the run game can run at least part of our offense without us hitting a wall if one of our linemen go down, or if Trey Pipkins goes down, etc.
Right. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let you elaborate a little bit more, but I do.
Okay.
I would say pretty much I like your draft. I just
what
didn't
grade?
like,
give me a grade. Give me and be honest with me. I can take it. Okay. I got C's in high school. I'm all right.
I mean, I'll be totally honest. I'm gonna say a C, and here's the reason why.
Listen.
Here's the reason why I'll tell you.
Okay.
I think it's a home run with Malik Neighbors. Getting Max Melton and Mike Sainristil 2 corners in a row, I was kind of shocked at that. I like Max Melton a little bit more than Sainristil taken in the second round. Jordan Jefferson, I like Jordan Jefferson. I really do. I like what I saw. I didn't know much about him until I looked at the film. Brendan Rice, he don't have the kind of speed that you're looking for with the wide receiver, but he has all the intangibles. And to pick at 110, I think it's a deep wide receiver class. I actually think that you probably could have gotten somebody better than him with that pick. But to Jalen Wright, 2 things. Jalen Wright is a home run. I just don't know if he'll fall to the 5th round. I think he's first round. If you happen to get Jalen Wright, I think he's a first round pick. Drake Newton, I like Drake Newton. I like Jackson Mitchell and Frank Crum being taken with the last only 1 offensive tackle. I think if you would have taken the offensive tackle a little bit earlier, at least with the 4th pick, but you took him with the last one. I'm like, Harbaugh going to take at least 2 tackles in this draft.
So this segues nicely, and this is what I was going to say, what I wanted to add on to the end of this. It is really, really hard to fill these holes in the draft that we have with the picks that we have. I think that if you're not – I would be shocked if we didn't trade back in some form or fashion at least once or twice in this draft. If we really want to play for this year, fill holes, build a complete 53-man roster, and move forward with our best effort, that's what they're going to have to do, because this draft just showed me that there's no, like you said, we needed more tackles. We needed a linebacker. I had to take a linebacker in the 5th. There's not a lot there. Yes, we got our Malik Neighbors. We got our shiny new toy. And we got a cool running back. And we got 2 corners that are probably going to be locked down.
Right.
But we still need more. I had no linebackers to choose from. If we have lineman injuries, it's thin. And if we can't protect Herbert, all of it goes, it's all for naught. Yes. So the one thing that I realized, the harsh realization, is as much as I want Neighbors, as much as I want Marvin Harrison Jr., and if Marvin Harrison Jr. is great, we can roll into next year and try again for some depth. But I just think that if we want to contend this year, and I know every fan watching this wants to, we need to trade back a little bit. We need to gain capital. Whether you trade back 3 spots, 4 spots, back to 11 with the Vikings, gain an extra first-round pick, that's what we need. Rant over. I'm sorry.
I agree. I think, some people that, we interact with in the chat room, some people gave me a B, some people gave me a C. And I was cool with that. And the reason why they told me I think it's C, because they don't want to trade back. They want Malik Neighbors. They do.
Yeah.
So, they didn't like that I traded back. I was going by what I think or believe. Like, does Harbaugh's history dictate what he's going to do in this draft? That's what I was trying to think. To me, his history and what he's done with the 4 organizations he was with dictates what he's going to do. His moves that he made, bringing in Greg Roman and those guys, it dictates what he want to do. You hear what he's talking about and talking about tough and physicality. To me, it dictates what he's going to do. You look at the first 2 guys they went and got, when you went and got Disley and you got Hayden Hurst, it tells you what they want to do, and, he wants to dominate on that offensive line. And we've seen his teams from the previous past do that. So, although it ain't the sexiest way to go with a bunch of offensive tackles, but we need a center, and you did get Drake Nugent. And I actually think Drake Nugent probably will go higher than even I picked. I do like Jordan Jefferson. because, you know, you had Sebastian Joseph Day, you had Austin Johnson getting hurt. You had too many of those guys just getting bullied and moved around and did absolutely nothing on that line. And Jordan Jefferson coached the right way. I've seen enough on film that I think he can come in with the right coaches that we got in place and could make a difference.
Yeah,
I would have given you a B. I feel bad saying C. I really do.
No, don't feel bad, because here's how it is. You have your mentality of the trade back, and I honestly, in my heart of hearts, I don't want to agree, but I do, because after doing this draft, yes, we got neighbors, but we still need so much if we want to be contenders this year. This brings me to my next point. Next year JC's off the books. We're gonna have money.
Yes,
we're going to have whatever draft picks we have, but we're gaining comp picks because we started that with Ortiz coming in. Yes. We're going to have so many picks and so much money. It's going to be insane. Next year, we're going to be so busy.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
So as much as I'm excited about this year, next year is going to be so exciting too. I'm not, again, I mentioned this last episode. I'm not one of those, let's look forward to next year. I'm all about this year. Let's hit it hard. 100%. But if we don't trade back, we're not filling all our areas if needed. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, bringing in Troy Dye, bringing in Poona Ford, bringing in Gus Edwards, bringing in Hayden Hurst and Disley, bringing those guys in is showing me, even though Ortiz and Harbaugh, you're setting things up for the future, but you bringing in good pieces to be able to compete right now. So I don't believe this is a rebuild. This is retooling. I'm expecting 9 to 10 wins, and if we do more, you know, I'll be happy. And look, this is a mock draft. You know, as I would say, just came through. The Eagles gave Devontae $75 million deal just came through. But it just came through.
What?
Smith's 3-year extension includes $51 million fully guaranteed.
Wow.
Yeah, that's insane. But wow. Yeah.
Good for him.
But yeah, he's good, man. And you knew that he would get the Eagles, man. I don't know where they're getting all this money from, because they're signing a whole lot of players, you know.
Yeah.
But good for Devontae. Good for him.
Yep.
So the mock draft is what it is. At the end of the day, here's what I say, Gary. None of us really know what Harbaugh and Ortiz is going to do. And that's the thing that got us so intrigued about this draft, that's going to have us glued to the TV screen, locked in. It seemed like the draft is taking forever to get here because we can't wait to see what these guys are going to do. You agree?
Each day is going slower, man. I'm just like, oh, it's this Thursday, right? No, it's next Thursday. I'm like, oh.
Right. Yes. Yes. And, you know, it is so much to do. And my only thing is my confidence comes from I believe in Harbaugh and I believe in Ortiz. I believe in Ortiz because I think he was taught by the best two GMs in the business, by DeCosta and Ozzie Newsome. And I've seen it with some of the moves he made. That's kind of Ozzie Newsome-ish, you know, with him doing that. So, but this mock draft, it was fun doing it. Yours was fun. It gave us an opportunity to study players. I never studied that hard before because I didn't want to come on here and just be saying anything just for the sake of saying something. I really did some studying, and I know you did too. And some of us saw some of the same stuff, you know, on film. But
apparently we need to be study buddies because we seeing the same things.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was like, wow, can
it's
he
crazy,
see what
man.
I'm writing down? But you saw some of the same stuff that I saw on film. Anything you want to finish the show up before I close it?
Oh, man. I think it's a fun process. I'm excited to do it again next year. But with the Malik Neighbors thing, there's always reason for optimism. I don't want it to be if we stick in pick at 5 that we're doomed this year. I know that we have a lot of holes. I think there's always reason for optimism with Jim Harbaugh being there. You
100%.
know, he brought in his trusted staff and Ben Herbert being there. I just – no matter what happens, I'm going to be excited. And I think I speak for a lot of fans when I say that this is probably the most excited you can be as a Charger fan in a very long time.
Yes, I agree 100%. Let me just say this. I want to look right into the camera and say this to the viewers. I really, really, and I say this on the behalf of Garrett as well. I really, really appreciate you guys. I was inspired originally to do a podcast because I love this team so much. And then later I ended up talking with Garrett and asked him to come on board with me because I believe it's a lot more fun. and you could be a lot more productive with what you're doing if you have someone you can feed off of each other. And I think what Garrett brings to this podcast is exceptional, and I'm happy to have him here. And from some of you guys' comments, you guys were happy to have him to join with me too. I think we have a great team together. We're better with both of us than we are without one of the others. So I'm gonna also say this: it costs a lot of money to broadcast. It costs money to stream. It costs money for equipment, computers, microphones, cameras, edits. It costs money to do all this. But here's the thing. It doesn't cost you anything just to subscribe. We know we have thousands and thousands of Charger fans out there. And we know that we want to continue to grow. We want to continue to get better. We want to produce even more content. We want to branch out and we have a broad picture of where we want to take Chargers Talk 4630. But we know we can't do it without you. And again, we named all the things that we have to come out of our pocket to make sure that we're giving you the best of what we got. But it don't cost one copper penny for you just to subscribe. So I'm asking all of you, I know it's thousands of Charger fans here. We asking you to just subscribe. Even if you can't come and watch every broadcast, we know that they're archived. You can come back and watch later. But we can't do what we're doing without your help and without your support. So I'm asking again, please make sure, share this page. Tell people about it. Charger fan. I know a lot of us go back and forth and we do it on X, and everybody is they have their own opinions and they don't like you if you don't agree with their opinion. But I know there's one thing that brings us all together. We can have all this passion about what we want and whether we want to move back and who's a diehard and who's not a diehard. It don't matter how much anger I see. I know what's driving all of that. It's a passion that you want to win. We all on the same page. We all want the same thing. We want to win. And we can do it with Chargers Talk 4630 together. So I'm asking all the Charger fans, please subscribe so that we continue to take this to the heights. Absolutely. We want to take this to heights that no one think that we can. And I know we can. Garrett, you want to add anything to that?
Listen, that was a wonderful monologue. Like, and I'm being 100% genuine. That was, I had to like wipe that was motivation. That's passion. That's what that is. And I think that's what we bring. Obviously, this is a very new thing. In order to close out, I think that I want to reach out to my friends, my family, you, and everyone that's been so supportive of us, this podcast, and this adventure that I've been going on. Like, I'm on an adventure already. I'm deploying, I'm serving our country, and I love it. I've done it for 16 years. But doing this with you and feeling the support and the comments and all of that, it just warms my heart because we bring passion. We're passionate people and we're very fun. We're outgoing, and it's exciting to do this with you. Every time I see your name pop up on my phone, we're talking about a show, we're doing whatever, like I get excited, and that's something rare for me. Like, I don't do that with a lot of things. I'm very selective. I'm very picky. So lastly, I just want to say thank you to everybody, the viewers, my friends, my family. Thank you so much. You don't know how much this means to me.
Yes, 100%. With that being said, we thank you for another opportunity to be able to bring this podcast to you and bring good content to you. If you like the content here, I want you to support this podcast. Please subscribe and share this link with someone who may not have heard about us yet. And as always, we appreciate you. We appreciate your support. And I hope to see you on the next one. On behalf of myself and Garrett, thank you. Enjoy your day and bolt up.
Bolt up.